Even though I don't think I envisioned having a career as a scientist, I think that was pretty much my destiny from the beginning. I'm Cheryl Walker. I have a PhD from Southwestern Medical School in Dallas. I'm a professor in the Department of Carcinogenesis at MD Anderson Cancer Center. My family moved when I was about 2 to Dallas, and I grew up in a very lovely part of Dallas called Oak Cliff, which was very close to a golf course, which it turned out to be one of my favorite places to be. Of course, I wasn't playing golf. I was down at the creek, I was catching fish, I was catching turtles, I was looking under rocks for lizards, and really spending so much time out in nature. I had a science teacher who I think recognized in me something special in terms of my ability to understand and to get excited about science. He was able to start me actually doing independent research. I look back at it now and I realize it really wasn't that much research, but it was really exciting to me at the time, and it made me feel special. And that excitement, I thought, was something that really I wanted to do, and that I think might have been the pivotal moment where I said, well, you know, maybe when I go to college I ought to major in something related to science. One of the things that was a surprise to me about going into science, I was very afraid that a scientist is somebody that sits by themselves in a laboratory looking at their test tubes, reading all on their own, you know, that you have to love isolation to be a scientist. And in fact, it's exactly the opposite. I meet so many people all over the world. These people have not just been my colleagues, they've become my friends. We know each other's children, we know each other's spouses, we call each other up on birthdays and send each other bottles of wine when somebody gets a grant. You know, it really is a community of friends as much as it is about having professional colleagues. Most of the scientists that I know and I enjoy spending time with are sort of like me. I'm very active in my church. My husband and I have raised 2 children who, thank God, are doing very, very well. And when I get time, I still like to garden, I like to decorate, I watch HGTV, and for instance, I just learned how to scuba dive. And so I had my first open water dive in the Caribbean last year. Very excited about it, and hoping with friends that we have who also dive and like to travel that we'll be doing more of that. The internship program we have here is fantastic. I think this is one of the best opportunities for kids to really get real life experience about what science is about, and they have such an opportunity to grow. They not only get to learn how to do experiments, which in itself is challenging and rewarding, but at the end of their internship they make a presentation to the group. There's a little bit of competitiveness about doing a good job, and these students rock when they give their talks. I mean, they are just so impressive. In fact, I had my own son do an internship down at MD Anderson on the main campus last summer, which did exactly for him what I was hoping it was going to do. It got him excited about medical physics. It was an area he was curious about but wasn't sure that's where he wanted to go. And he's going to be going to graduate school this fall. He's going to be getting a PhD in MD Anderson's medical physics program. That's the best part about being a scientist, is you are absolutely never bored. Every day is some new discovery, something new to keep you awake at night thinking about, why did this experiment not work? What does it mean with the experiment that did work that day? Being at MD Anderson Cancer Center, I feel good every time somebody asks me, what do you do? Well, I do cancer research for the #1 cancer center in the world. You know, I feel like everything I do has the chance to really make a difference. I'm down in Houston very, very often, and I see the patients, I talk to the patients, I interact with the patients, and I know what this means to them, and I feel really, really gratified that I have a chance to apply my talent in an area that could potentially be so important and make such an impact in so many people's lives.